Martin Bashir's Michael Jackson documentary, most controversial statements from 2003 interview. Would you like to receive the latest news features, and service updates from iNews via email? Would you like to receive more information from JPI Media Limited, the publishers of iNews, via occasional emails, to keep you informed about new features, special offers, promotions, events, and services that might be of interest to you? By clicking on Register, you will be creating an account with iNews and agreeing to JPI Media Ltd's standard. Already registered? Don't have an account with us? Would you like to receive the latest news features, and service updates from iNews via email? Would you like to receive more information from JPI Media Limited, the publishers of iNews, via occasional emails, to keep you informed about new features, special offers, promotions, events, and services that might be of interest to you? Would you like to receive the latest news features, and service updates from iNews via email? Would you like to receive more information from JPI Media Limited, the publishers of iNews, via occasional emails, to keep you informed about new features, special offers, promotions, events, and services that might be of interest to you? As the world re-evaluates the legacy of following the documentary, in which two men talk about their abuse at the hands of the pop star, one question seems to arise again and again: how could he have got away with it, seemingly in plain sight? It needs a very complex explanation to answer, but, according to the documentary's director, Dan Reed, a lot of it was through the character that Jackson created. In an interview with Not only did he create his own myth of being a boy trapped in a man's body that his fans, his victims, and their families bought into, but it was also one that the media also celebrated: the eccentric multi-millionaire artist, who lives life as Peter Pan. Jackson rarely gave interviews, especially towards the end of his career. Perhaps in hindsight it was so he wouldn't be challenged on his perverse behavior, but in April 2002, he finally granted a series of interviews to journalist Martin Bashir. The following 8 months, Bashir was at first seen in Jackson's studio, learning to moonwalk and then racing around on bumper cars in Neverland, where he conducted most of his chats with Jackson, as well as visiting Las Vegas and Berlin with the musician. It at first appeared, Bashir notes that Neverland with its zoo and funfair is paradise for a 10-year-old, but Jackson, who at this point was 44, replied, "Peter Pan represents something that's very special in my heart. Youth, child." Jackson reveals that he climbs a tree that he calls the Giving Tree, and that's where he gets his songs from. "I love climbing In Las Vegas, the pair go to an antique and furniture store. Jackson walks. Bashir quizzes the star on any alterations he's had on his face, and he denies it. "No, I have had no surgery on my face at all. Everybody in Hollywood." It then gets a little darker, with Bashir finally tackling the issue of his relationship with kids. When his daughter Paris was born, he revealed, "I just snatched her from the mother in the delivery room and ran home with her all covered in placenta. I am not kidding." He revealed that Blanket's mother was someone that he was in relationship with, but there was a contractual agreement which meant he couldn't say who it was. He said none of the He then dangled his baby, Blanket, out of the window of a Berlin hotel. "I wanted to show that." Bashir then comments, "His behavior was beginning to alarm me." He then brings up that Prince, Jackson's son, told him he didn't have a mother. Jackson said in the film, he is asked why he sleeps with children in a bed who aren't his. Jackson said, "Everyone who knows me will know the truth, which is that my children come first in my life, and that I would never harm any child." In one extraordinary scene, he is shown holding hands with 13-year-old Garvin Arvidzo, a cancer sufferer who spent a lot of time in Neverland. When challenged about, he added, "Kids want to be loved, they want to be touched, they want to be held." There was a public outcry following the broadcast of the documentary that led to the Santa Barbara DOS office to reopen an investigation into Jackson. Jackson said at the time Martin Bashir persuaded me to trust him that his would be an honest and fair portrayal of my life, and told me he was the man that turned Diana's life around, Ahe said. Today I feel more. After the documentary aired, Arvidzo then admitted that Jackson molested him. In November 2003, Neverland was searched by police, Jackson was arrested, then went to trial in 2005. Bashir was called. Jackson was later found not guilty by a jury of all 10 counts of lewd and lascivious acts with a child under the age of 14. Leaving Neverland. Michael Jackson and Me is on Channel 4 in 2 parts, 6 and March 7 at 9 p.m. We know that sometimes it's easier for us to come to you with the news. That's why our new Oliver Duff, editor. Subscribe to the iNewsletter.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.